Ava's snowman collapsed. To avenge her, James tied up my hands and feet and piled snow on me. I was shivering all over from the cold, and my lips turned blue. James, however, casually called Ava to take a photo with me. If it weren't for you, how could Ava's snowman have collapsed? Can't you be less petty? Besides, you brought this on yourself. I was almost numb from the cold, and shock led to a miscarriage. He was busy choosing photos for Ava and editing them. I completely lost hope, signed the divorce agreement, and faked my death to go abroad. Later, when we met in London, he could barely stand steadily. Daphne, I miss you so much. Will you come home with me? But I had already given up on him. When I woke up, my limbs were still a bit stiff. My best friend Mia was sitting by my bedside with red-rimmed eyes, handing me a divorce agreement. Daphne, get a divorce. Okay. My voice was hoarse. My body was trembling and the pain in my abdomen made my face deathly pale. However, it was far less painful than the ache in my heart. There were nurses talking in a low voice at the door, and their voices just reached my ears. I heard she insisted on making a snowman. No matter how we tried to persuade her, she wouldn't leave, and she ended up losing her baby. She's really irresponsible. She got pregnant but didn't take good care of herself and had to make a fuss. Losing the baby is just what she deserves. Mia was so angry that she was shaking all over. She rushed to the door and started a fierce argument. I turned on my phone, and soon saw a new post on Ava's WeChat moments. One was a photo with me as the snowman, and the other was a photo of her and James hugging. The caption read, "I made a wish in the snow hoping we'll be together forever." It was so romantic and beautiful. There were quite a few mutual friends teasing in the comments, asking if good news was coming soon and they could expect to attend a wedding. The most eye-catching one was James' reply. "The little girl is shy. Don't tease her so much. Her face is blushing bright red right now." But such interactions never happened on my WeChat moments. Not only that, even on the day we got married, when I asked him shamelessly, he just said in a cold tone, frowning slightly, "What's there to interact about? Why are you so troublesome? I'm busy to death every day. Do you just know how to play? Look at Ava, she's more hard-working and better than you. How old are you? When will you stop being so playful?" Later, once a group of people were playing Truth or Dare. James lost. Ava designated the punishment, asking him to leave a showing comment under my WeChat moments post. I was full of anticipation. But when James saw Ava's slightly pouting lips, he smiled and glinted. "I can't do it. I'll accept the punishment. I'll drink 3 cups as a forfeit." Even though I felt bad, I endured it. But this time, looking at myself covered in snow and the two of them full of affection, I could no longer pretend not to see. In a 3-person love triangle, someone has to withdraw. Just as I was about to turn off my phone, I received a text message from James. "How's the baby?" Ava didn't mean it. She's just a little girl, playful by nature. You should be more tolerant. Since you're okay, come home quickly and apologize to Ava. She cried all night because you ended up in the hospital. Her eyes are still swollen. Don't bully her anymore. My eyes instantly turned red. I bit my lips hard, trying not to let out a cry. I have to be tolerant because she's playful, and I have to apologize because she cried. But what about my baby? It came in a hurry and left quietly. Does he know how little his father cares about him? James. I really regret loving you. From dawn to dusk. James never came to see me. I signed the divorce agreement and packed my luggage with Mia. On the eve of my departure, I happened to meet James and Ava, who had just come back. At that time, I was sitting in the passenger seat, looking at James outside the window with a face full of impatience. "Come to see Daphne off? Learned your lesson this time? Not asking me to pick her up anymore? Should have been like this long ago. Why did she have to knock down Ava's snowman? I don't know what she was thinking. How cold would it be if that thick snow fell on Ava? She's indirectly harming others." I smiled self-deprecating lie, feeling completely calm. After being married for so long, I was worried that he was tired from work. So I didn't trouble him often. Only once, when I had a high fever in the middle of the night and couldn't hold on anymore, I called him. But he was incredibly cold. If you have a fever, take some medicine. Why call me? I'm not a doctor. Can't you stop bothering me with such trivial things? I'm very busy at work. Can't you be more understanding? I got no help, and in the end, it was Mia who took me to the hospital. But before the injection, James rushed in with Ava, who had cut her finger, and took away the only on-duty doctor who was about to give me an injection to reduce the fever. When he saw my deathly pale face, he was stunned for a moment. Anyway, you've been sick for so long, just endure it a little longer. Ava is bleeding a lot. She's most afraid of pain. You can surely understand, right? It's quite ridiculous. Isn't it? Moreover, Ava's snowman was knocked down by herself to show how much James cared about her. She said confidently, "Watch this. James will avenge me." Did I deliberately harm others? But James. When that thick snow was piled on me, why didn't you say you two were trying to kill me? When my child died, why didn't you say you two were trying to kill me? The truth is right in the surveillance. Why didn't you check? Now, I know the reason. Because of favoritism. Coming back to my senses, I just felt extremely cold-hearted. Mia was so angry that she was shaking all over. She slapped James hard, her eyes red. She didn't come back, she's dead. Are you satisfied? James was stunned on the spot, and then laughed even more sarcastically. Dead? Another one of her new tricks? Isn't she just trying to get me to coax her? Does she even deserve it? A baby can't even control me. Ava shrank her neck and whispered in agreement. Is Daphne angry? I can apologize to her. It's just a snowman. I was being too capricious. I shouldn't have expected so much, Totna. Mia raised her hand and slapped Ava hard again. When she spoke, her voice was trembling. The baby is gone and Daphne has left. Are you happy now? With that, she took out the divorce agreement with a trembling hand and threw it in James' face. She was in pain and despair. Before she died, she held on just to sign this. She hates you. Are you satisfied now? From now on, Daphne is alone and has nothing to do with you anymore. The car drove a long way before me and managed to calm down. When we stopped in front of her house, I was surprisingly calm. Mia. Just assume I'm dead. I don't want to see James anymore. I want to go abroad. I'll have someone forge a death record. From now on, just assume I'm really dead. Let the me who loved James die. Mia was silent, with tears streaming down her face. I felt both full of pity and helpless, and leaned over to hug her. Just then, my phone rang, but it hung up automatically because no one answered. Immediately after, there was a text message from James. Daphne, what are you trying to do this time? Now you've even learned to fake your death to threaten me. Do you think I'll believe it, regret it, and kneel down to beg you to come back? Don't be so self-righteous. Come back immediately, otherwise, neither you nor the child will ever come back for the rest of your life. We had quarreled countless times before. But never before had he said such harsh words. However, this time, I did exactly as he wished. I won't go back anymore. Probably because I didn't reply, he became even more irate on the other end. Do you know that Ava has been crying guiltily because of you? She even fainted just now. Come over immediately and apologize to Ava. James is always like this. He likes to shift all the blame onto me. Once there was a business dinner. The partner attached great importance to it, and Ava volunteered when it came to negotiating the cooperation. But because she couldn't drink alcohol, she was ridiculed a couple of times by the partner and directly broke down, covering her face and running away. After that, James blamed me for it. Ava is just a little girl. It's normal that she can't drink. Why did you have to take her with you? I explained, but he became even more impatient. Then why couldn't you drink on her behalf? She's not you. Why couldn't you protect her properly? Do you have to oppose her and make things difficult for her? Why are you so petty? Innocent? The so-called innocence in his mouth was that I saw them kissing and feeding each other in the office. Even during lunch breaks, they would sleep together, embracing each other. Even when I caught them red-handed, James was not afraid at all. Our clothes are neat. We didn't do anything. Don't think of us as so dirty. For so many years. I really couldn't take it anymore. I turned off my phone. And my determination grew stronger. Mia, after my birthday the day after tomorrow, I'm going to prepare to go abroad. Mia nodded. Although she was reluctant, she still agreed. Since we knew some friends, it wasn't difficult to get a death certificate. On my birthday, I still celebrated it at Mia's house. There were just the two of us, a cake, and a table full of dishes. It might seem lonely, but it wasn't. Because in previous years, even if James offered to accompany me on my birthday, he would always be delayed by something. At first, I would get angry. But as time went by, I no longer expected it. Except for the first 2 years of our marriage, I don't know how long it has been since I celebrated my birthday with him. Daphne, happy birthday. I nodded, my eyes slightly sour. But my phone inappropriately received several text messages again. It's your birthday today. I've reserved a place. Come over tonight. Ava will also come. Apologize to her. Then all these things can be considered over. I can act as if nothing happened. And I can also pretend I didn't see the divorce agreement. Are you satisfied? I didn't care much. But when I got the death certificate, I saw James and Ava in the passenger seat. Getting closer, I could hear their conversation clearly. James, is Daphne still angry? Maybe I'd better not go. I'm afraid I'll disturb you too. There was a hint of helplessness in James' eyes as he touched her head. Daphne isn't that petty. Besides, it's the restaurant I reserved. I can invite whoever I want. Don't you want to celebrate your birthday? I'll ask Daffy to let you cut the cake tonight, okay? Don't be unhappy. That's right. It was like this once before. But I refused. After all, it was my birthday, and I was the birthday girl. As a result, Ava was extremely upset and burst into tears, covering her face. James immediately smashed the cake. His face so gloomy that it seemed like water could drip from it. Do you have to be so petty? It's just a cake. Can't you buy another one if you want to cut it? Ava is young. Can't you just let her have it? But the cake was bought by Mia because she couldn't accompany me on my birthday due to work. It wasn't her birthday. Why should I give in? James. You're really a failure as a husband. I still didn't reply to the messages, pretending I didn't see them. When it was completely dark, James sent me another text message. He was furious. Daphne. Am I being too nice to you? I've been so humble. What else do you want me to do? Do you want me to kneel down to you to be satisfied? You want a divorce. Right? Fine, I'll satisfy you. Let's get divorced. But don't you regret it? If you have the guts, really go die. Don't you dare come crawling back to me. I ignored him. But James went crazy. In the middle of the night, he drove to Mia's house and started pounding on the door without saying a word. Mia, where's Daphne? Tell her to come down. I was standing on the balcony. I saw Mia open the door impatiently, her eyes slightly red. Where's Daphne? Tell her to come down. Does she know that Ava's stomach problem relapsed while waiting for her? She's still lying in the hospital. What right does she have to sleep? Tell her to come down and apologize to Ava. The angrier he got, the louder he shouted, and in the end, he was almost roaring. Mia raised her hand and slapped him hard. There was an obvious sob in her voice. She's dead. How many times have I said it? Daphne is dead. She had a miscarriage and massive bleeding. The whole hospital bed was stained red. Why don't you believe it? She didn't want to see you even before she died. Why do you have to keep pestering her? Do you want her to die in peace? With that, she turned around and took out a death certificate. She threw it hard at the stunned James. She was almost hoarse. She's dead. She's already dead. I just cremated her today. Are you satisfied? James stood there, stunned, his body stiff. It took him a long time to come to his senses, and he kept looking at the death certificate over and over again. His face was full of disbelief as he murmured, "How could it be? She was just arguing with me. How could she really be dead? Take me to see her. She can't be dead. Take me to see her." Slap. Mia was shaking all over and slapped him again. "She was a pregnant woman, Dada, before you piled snow on her? Didn't you think about the consequences? See her? Do you deserve it? Even if you die, I won't let you see Daphne again." James left. I stood on the balcony, calmly watching him leave, feeling nothing in my heart. But his back seemed a bit unsteady. However, none of this mattered anymore. I packed my luggage and took a flight to London that night. Before boarding the plane, my phone was still filled with countless text messages. But unlike before, James seemed a bit cautious. "Daphne? You must be kidding me. Right? You and Mia are trying to play a joke on me together, right? Stop kidding me. Okay? Fine, I won't ask you to apologize anymore. I won't quarrel with you either. I admit I lost this time. Stop playing with me, okay? Reply to me, okay?" I didn't reply. I directly took out the SIM card at the airport, cut it, and threw it into the trash can. I was divorced and disconnected. Then I should completely clean up the memories. It was not until I arrived in London and got a new phone number that I reconnected with Mia. After I settled down, Mia came to see me several times. She was very happy and glad to see that I was no longer trapped in the past. When James was mentioned, she was a bit silent. "He's gone crazy recently. I guess he went to the hospital to verify and found out that you're really dead. He's a bit out of his mind. He comes to block me at my door every day. As soon as I go out, he asks me to take him to see her and the child's grades." I ignored him, but he got even more persistent. But I took the opportunity to slap him a few more times. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. I still felt nothing in my heart. After all, I was truly and completely disappointed in James. It was impossible, and I was unwilling to give him another chance. Self-torture is enough for once. As the seasons passed, 3 years flew by in a blink of an eye. The first snow fell again in London. Mia would talk to me about things back in the country from time to time. For example, James was having a really hard time. He got drunk every day and would stay in front of Mia's door, refusing to leave. For instance, when he was drunk, even if Ava came to pick him up, it didn't work. Instead, he would shout at Ava. I didn't care much, treating it like a joke. Every tomb-sweeping day, I would quietly return to my home country to visit the child I never got to know. I wouldn't stay long and soon returned to London. It was cold in London. I held a cup of coffee to warm my hands and hurried home. But while waiting for the green light, my eyes accidentally met those of a person across the street. Daphne. Before the light turned green, James on the other side could barely keep his balance and rushed over staggeringly. He was grazed by a passing car and fell to the ground. He looked even more disheveled, but he seemed unaware, his eyes red. "Daphne. You finally came to see me? Don't leave me this time, okay?" I didn't say a word and subconsciously took a few steps back. The pain in James' eyes grew deeper. He got up unsteadily and suddenly hugged me tightly. He rested his head on my shoulder, looking as vulnerable as a baby animal that had lost its mother. Before long, I felt a coolness on my shoulder. He was crying. "Daphne, don't leave, okay? It's so hard for me to dream of you once. Don't leave, okay? I don't want to be separated from you, Daphne. I love you. Give me another chance. Okay? I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't want this to happen. I thought it would be like a model, that nothing would go wrong. I'm sorry, Daphne. I'm really sorry." As he cried, he kept apologizing bitterly. In the end, he held me in a breakdown, his grip so tight that it seemed he wanted to merge me into his body. But Tina simple, I didn't mean to make up for it. Can a sorry bring back the life of my child? Ignoring the strange looks from around, I pushed James away with force. I turned around and walked away, but he grabbed my wrist. Don't leave. Okay, Daphne, don't leave. I know you hate me. You can hit me, scold me. But don't ignore me, okay? I will definitely make it up to you. I'll try my best to compensate. If you don't like Ava, I won't have any contact with her in the future. Okay? Don't leave, okay? I was a bit impatient. I pulled my hand out and slapped him in the face. While he was stunned, I said mercilessly, "Do you deserve it? James, I've run away. Why do you have to keep holding on to me? Can't you just let me go? Can't you let me live a peaceful life? I'm begging you, let me go. Don't come to me anymore, okay? Just pretend I'm dead." I don't understand him. And I don't want to understand him either. A cheating scumbag during marriage can't change his bad habits no matter how hard he tries. Rather than calling this a belated love, it's more like his ridiculous repentance. People are really despicable. They always get used to losing after getting something, but they like to repent after losing to show their so-called deep affection. It's really disgusting. I didn't go out for 3 consecutive days. But James seemed possessed, squatting in front of my door and refusing to leave. The snow in London was getting heavier and heavier, and my birthday came again. Mia came to London the night before. When she saw James, she was stunned for a moment, with disdain in her eyes. James, however, acted as if nothing had happened. He gave me a pale smile. "Daphne, happy birthday." I didn't say anything, and he wasn't angry. Instead, he took out a bunch of red roses from his arms and offered them to me. In the center of the roses, there was a huge diamond ring embedded. "I've never been able to accompany you properly on your birthday in the past, Daphne. Let me be with you this time, okay? As long as it can make you a little happier, I'll do anything." I didn't take it and didn't even look at it. I directly closed the door on him and celebrated my birthday with Mia. After eating the cake, Mia asked me cautiously, "When did James find you?" I took a sip of red wine and stretched out my hand to catch the snowflakes outside the balcony. "A few days ago. He ran into me on my way home. It's so annoying that we could meet in such a big London." Mia couldn't help but smile. She looked downstairs at James with me. He had lost a lot of weight. His hair was whitened by the snow, and his lips were pale from the cold. When he noticed my gaze, he still tried his best to give a smile. "James really seems to be deeply in love with you these 2 years. He doesn't care about Ava. Nor the company. Now it seems he doesn't even take care of himself. If he knew it would be like this, why couldn't he treat you well in the first place? He had to wait until he regretted it." I smiled. "Because he is James. He's extremely arrogant, taking my love for granted and being reckless with me. He thought I would never leave him or stop loving him in this lifetime. But he didn't know. Every time I was saving up. When my disappointment was full, I had to leave. In the middle of the night, after talking with Mia, I was tired. When I went out to throw the garbage, I threw the roses at the door into the trash can as well. James was standing not far away watching, his eyes full of hurt. "Daphne, if you don't like roses, it doesn't matter. I can give you something else. Okay? I'm begging you, don't abandon me, okay? I really know I was wrong. We loved each other so much once. I'm begging you to give me another chance, okay? I don't want to give up our relationship so easily." He held his head in pain. Tears welled up in the corners of his eyes. "Why didn't you tell me you were alive? You're still angry. Right? I'll change, Daphne. I'll definitely change. I'll love you well from now on." Change? But not everything can be changed with just a word of change. I don't believe him. I don't love him either. And I don't have the time and energy to bang my head against the wall again. Loving him is too tiring. Now, I just want to live a good life alone. After a long time, I pursed my lips. "When you buried me in the snow, did you think about this moment? You must have thought about it. You just thought that I, being so infatuated with you, couldn't leave you. No matter how much you tortured me, I would endure it. But James, I was so cold and in so much pain. The snow was dyed red by me that day. Didn't you see it? Why should I forgive you just because you ask for a chance? Leave. I don't want to see you again. After Mia left, I refused to meet or talk to James. Most of the time he liked to stand at the door with a bunch of flowers, waiting for me. On the day of late December, Ava came. She was crying with a flushed face and knelt down in front of me with a thud. Daphne, I'm begging you not to be angry with James anymore. It's all my fault. It's all my fault between you two. I shouldn't have been so willful. I shouldn't have appeared. I'm begging you not to give up on James because of me. I'll do anything you want. I'm begging you, don't let James torture his body like this anymore. She was crying bitterly. Her knees sank into the thick snow, and she was shivering from the cold. I remained silent and watched calmly. There was a hint of pity in James' eyes. He stood in front of Ava and said reproachfully, Daphne, Ava has already apologized. Don't be so aggressive, okay? It's very harmful to a girl's body to kneel in the snow. Just forgive her. I didn't say anything. And the reproach in James' eyes became more intense. In less than 10 minutes, Ava's face was as pale as paper, and there were dots of blood seeping out from under her. James noticed and was filled with panic. He picked up Ava and rushed to the hospital. The look in his eyes when he looked at me was full of blame and accusation. Daphne, does it make you happy to cause Ava to lose her child? Her child is innocent too. You're a mother who has also lost a child. Why do you have to treat her like this? Are you happy now? It's quite ridiculous. Ava came to London on her own accord and chose to kneel. I didn't say anything. Yet she blames me for her miscarriage. There was my example right there. Yet she still did it. James, you're really stupid. Ava didn't manage to keep her child. I heard it damaged her body so much that she can never get pregnant again. For 3 consecutive days, James didn't come to look for me again. It was Ava, though. She somehow found out my phone number and sent me photos and messages all day long. The pictures were either of James taking care of her or James falling asleep by her bedside. So what if you faked your death? James still worries about me the most. As long as I'm here, you'll never succeed. I thought it was really laughable. And I really couldn't help but laugh out loud. After all, who would fight with her over a scumbag? She's the mistress. Even if she is James now, won't there be a second or third Ava in the future? She's stupid too. They really are a match made in heaven. James came to see me a week later. He looked exhausted, with bloodshot eyes. Daphne, stop making trouble, okay? It's been 3 years. Even if you were angry, you should be over it by now. Ava has lost her child. Are you not angry anymore? I was so infuriated by his shamelessness that I laughed. I slapped him across the face. Are you crazy? Did I ask her to kneel? Did I cause her miscarriage? After 3 years? You think I'm just throwing a tantrum? James, we're divorced. Forgot. Didn't you sign the divorce agreement? I don't care what you do, but please don't come in front of me to show off. It's really disgusting. With every word I said, his face paled a bit more. In the end, he could barely stand. He looked at me in disbelief, his eyes full of hurt. As if he had thought something through, James opened his mouth to speak. But I closed the door before he could, not wanting to listen to his rambling. No matter how much he knocked, I pretended not to hear. In the afternoon, it was the neighbor who knocked on my door. Then I found out that James had been kneeling in front of my door for an entire afternoon. His face was blue from the cold, yet he still forced a stiff smile when he saw me. Daphne, I'm sorry. It's my fault. I blamed you without thinking. It's all my fault. I really didn't mean it. I just thought of the child we lost. I was just scared. I'm begging you, don't ignore me, okay? Don't abandon me. I really can't live without you. I won't have any contact with Ava anymore. Trust me one more time, okay? He humbly tugged at the hem of my clothes. Tears rolled down in big drops, and he was so humble that he seemed to sink into the dust. But even so, I didn't feel the slightest bit of compassion. I just felt disgusted. The same person really only uses the same clumsy excuses. Impossible. Didn't I make myself clear, James? I don't love you, I don't like you. We're divorced, and I never want to see you again, do you understand? I don't have time to flirt with you. Or to be angry or act with you. We're adults. Can't you be more decent? After being pestered by him for so many days, I was really sick of it. Especially when I thought about having loved such a scumbag, I felt disgusted to the core. James seemed a bit desperate. He covered his head in a breakdown and cried uncontrollably. Daphne, tell me. What do I have to do for you to forgive me? Tell me, please? I was annoyed by what he said. I turned around and walked away. Don't touch me. Okay, you disgust me. If you're so uncomfortable, go rub against a wooden stick. Got nothing better to do, then go make a snowman. Isn't that what you like to do the most? Go ahead and keep making them. I shook off James and took a short trip back to my home country. There were still some properties there that I hadn't sold. And I planned to sell them one by one. After that I went to the child's grave to keep him company for a while. Mia was very reluctant. Do you really have to go? You know, you don't have to. Actually. I smiled and gave her a hug. There are too many sad memories here. Running away is also a way to forget, Mia. I'm really scared of repeating the same mistakes. There's only one Daphne in the world. But there are thousands upon thousands of Jameses. Leaving is the fastest and best way for me to start anew. I returned to London on the third day. There was a row of snowmen in front of my door, looking cute and chubby. The one in the middle was as tall as a person. It was only when I took a closer look that I realized the person wrapped in snow was James. I don't know how long he had been frozen there. When he saw me coming, he slightly rolled his eyes. A hint of a smile in his eyes. Daphne, an eye for an eye. I've also felt the fear you felt back then. Are you a little happier? I know you hate me and that you can't forgive me, but I'm begging you. Can you give me a chance? I don't believe that your love for me can just disappear like that. We've always loved each other, clearly. I did those things before because Ava told me that you liked playing hard to get. But I never thought it would cause us to lose our child. I really regret it. I haven't had a good night's sleep in those 3 years. All I hear in my dreams is the babies crying. Daphne, I'm begging you. Give me another chance, okay? I'll definitely protect you and love you well. As he spoke, the snow on his face kept falling off, revealing his frost-bitten purple cheeks and pale lips. In just 3 days, he had lost so much weight that his cheeks were deeply sunken, and he had lost his former radiance. I kind of wanted to laugh. But in this world, there's no such thing as true empathy. He's not me. He can't feel the despair and breakdown I felt that night. Watching my child die while my husband was flirting with his mistress, making fun of me, and sneering that I was acting so real. But that night, I almost died. How can all these be repaid? Between us, it can never be even. It's no use, James. I will never like you again. Never. With that, I called the police for him and then went back to my room. After that, I didn't see James for a long time. Mia told me that he was forcefully taken back to our home country by his family and was now lying in the hospital because of severe frostbite. But he wasn't being well behaved. Whenever the bodyguard's guard was relaxed, he would take the opportunity to slip away. He would still send me text messages from time to time and call me from different numbers. Once, as soon as I recognized his voice and was about to hang up, he stopped me. Daphne, don't hang up, okay? I really miss you. I want to see you, hug you, and talk to you. I know you hate me, but I'm begging you. Don't ignore me, okay? I really know I was wrong. I really want to make it up to you. Don't abandon me. Okay? I really can't live without you. I don't want to lose you. I didn't understand. Before he could finish, I directly hung up the phone and blocked the number. But then I would receive a bunch of messages. Half a month passed like this, and Mia sent me a short video. It was of James running to Harbin. He spent 2 days there, without sleep or rest, making a huge bunch of roses out of snow. The whole internet is crying out for his deep affection, which is truly touching. He didn't shy away either, looking at the camera with eyes full of deep feeling. Daphne, I'm sorry. I just want you to give me a chance to pursue you. Even if it's just to let me stay by your side, I'd be willing. Don't give up on our love, okay? At that time, I had just gotten off the plane. I was about to go and sign the house selling contract. I don't know how he got the news, but James just wouldn't leave me alone. He was kneeling on one knee in front of me, holding a bouquet of flowers. There were still unhealed frostbite marks on the back of his hand and his neck. Daphne, give me a chance. Okay? I will surely love and take good care of you in the future. We love each other so much. I don't want to miss this. You have feelings for me too, right? I was really stupid and did a lot of things that made you unhappy. But I've come to my senses now. Will you give me a chance? Give us a chance? All those things in the past, I was deceived. It wasn't out of my true intention. I almost threw up. But the people around were so moved by these words that they were in floods of tears. When everyone's emotions were at their peak, I slapped James hard. My face was cold and my voice was icy. So this is the reason for your affair? This is the reason why you made me have a miscarriage to please your mistress? James, you're an adult. Can you go back just by saying sorry? Can you wake up? I won't be moved by you, I'm only troubled by you. Do you really have to kill me to let me go? What you're doing is really boring. By the end, my body was slightly trembling. Tears were streaming down involuntarily. Why did he think that I would be there whenever he turned back? Taking advantage of the moment he was stunned, I slapped him hard again and then walked away quickly. After selling the house, I saw Ava again. She didn't seem to be doing well. There were some bruises on her arm that she tried to hide. And her face was haggard. When she saw me, the hatred in her eyes almost overflowed. Bitch, it's you who made me like this. Why are you still okay? Why? I lost my child because of James. Why isn't he the same as before? Did you say something to him? Otherwise, how could he ignore me? The one he loves is clearly me. She was a bit crazy. After she stammered out all these words, I learned the truth from her. It turned out that Ava hadn't had a good time in the past 3 years. Because James was drunk all day long, and the time he spent with her became less and less. Everyone in the company thought she had fallen out of favor, so they returned all her former arrogance to her, doubled. Especially the purchasing manager. A fat-eared and big-bellied man whom Ava had once mockingly called stupid. Once Ava lost her power, the manager treated her as a plaything and a target for revenge. With physical and mental torture, Ava was no longer herself. When she got pregnant, Ava originally wanted to abort the child. But when she learned that I didn't die, she carefully covered up her wounds and came to London to stage this play. Unfortunately, this damn child didn't bring me any benefits. It's all your fault. Originally, James should have married me out of guilt and belated love. It's you who ruined me. I'll kill you. You destroyed everything of mine. As she said this, she rushed towards me like crazy. She raised her hand to hit me. But I kicked her away, and she fell to the ground, unable to get up for a while. Regarding Ava, although I felt a bit of pity, I didn't feel sorry for her. A pitiful person must have something hateful about them. She ended up like this because of karma. It's much more comfortable to call the police and arrest her than to let her stay outside. Ava, you can only blame yourself. When my child died because of you, you should have thought about your own retribution. Don't worry, the law will keep you alive. However, it's just alive. I don't know what else that manager will do. Hearing this, Ava's eyes were full of fear, her pupils were trembling with fear, and her voice carried a plea. No, no, I beg you, please save me. Aren't you the kindest? Save me. Save me this time and I'll never pester you again. I shook my head, with a look of sarcasm on my face. In her desperate eyes, I walked away without looking back. When I looked back again, Ava was no longer in sight. I seldom saw James again. That incident made it to the top of the hot search, causing the stock of James' group to plummet. It has just managed to stabilize now. After the snow stopped, the snowman in front of the door melted. Along with it, the ring hidden in one of the snowman's parts was revealed. But I kicked it into the sewer, and it was submerged in an instant. Another winter came. James' health was getting worse and worse, and there were faint signs of gray hair at his temples. He looked at me, his eyes full of regret and pain. Daphne, can you take me to see that child? I haven't seen him yet. I don't know what he doesn't want to see you, I said inferently. Indeed. How could a child who was killed by his father hope to see his father? He didn't even have the chance to take a look at the world. James' eyes instantly turned red, and big tears rolled down. Daphne, I'm sorry. I really know I was wrong. Please let me take a look, okay? Just one look. After all, I'm his father. I'll leave right away after seeing him. And I won't pester you anymore. I looked at him calmly and coldly. Do you deserve it, James? Let's part amicably. It's already good that I can hold back my urge to kill you. The child won't want to see you, just like me. He stood at the door for a long time. Finally, before dusk, he staggered away. I didn't remarry and I didn't have any children. When I was middle-aged, I was envious when I saw Mia get married and have a happy family. However, James' health wasn't good. After taking over the James group, because of overwork, his health broke down in just a few years. Before he died, he wanted to see me. For this, his parents came to me and almost knelt down to me. I went. But I just took a distant look at him from the door of the ward. With just this one look, I saw the satisfaction and happiness in his eyes. Thank you, Daphne. I didn't say anything and turned around to leave. Behind me, the crying of his parents grew louder and louder. Outside the hospital, there was a heavy snowfall. Half a month later, I received the part of the inheritance that James left for me. It was as much as 80 million, which could ensure that I would have no worries about food and clothing for the rest of my life. But I didn't take it and returned it to his parents. After leaving, I never came back to London again.